Not The Intruder, but Intruders. Let's review this. Intruders stars Beth Riesgraf, Rory Culkin, and is directed by Adam Schindler. What is up, guys? I was scouring Amazon Prime the other day and I was looking for movies to watch, and I found quite a few actually. I just reviewed The Reef, and another one that really caught my eye, and I remember seeing this movie mentioned like quite a while ago on Killer Flicks, was Intruders. And the premise was really interesting. I always like premises where the robbers or these characters in the wrong place at the wrong time. And Intruders is just that. You have these robbers that are actually in this house, but they should not be in this house because it's very dangerous.
Please! Get out here!
What is this place?
Something tells me we're not the first guests here.
And after watching this movie, I thought, I have to review this. If it's a movie that really just surprises me and blows my socks off, and nobody's really talking about it, I feel like it's my civic duty to do a review on that movie and let you guys know that you need to watch this movie. And it's an older movie. It came out in 2016. Why did I not review The Intruder? And I've actually reviewed a movie called Intruder like a couple years ago that was on Netflix. It was not good at all. But the one with Dennis Quaid, I didn't really get around to seeing it. For some reason, I just wasn't that interested in it. It didn't look that good to me. So I guess in the comments, let me know if that one was worth watching. But Intruders is definitely worth watching. First off, quick plot synopsis. Our main character, Anna, she is agoraphobic. You know, and I always find people with agoraphobia really interesting. You know, people that they don't want to leave the house. They're scared to death to leave the house. And she's that type of character. And she has this brother that is dying of cancer at the beginning of the movie. And so her brother dies, and then there's this funeral. And so then these robbers come to Anna's house and they want to rob the place, but they didn't realize that Anna's still at the house. And so they kidnap her. And so you think that this movie is going to go one way for quite a while. And then all of a sudden the tables turn and Anna is like 2 steps ahead of them. And they just broke into the wrong freaking house. And really fun, actually. I love movies that do this, that make the audience think it's going to go one way, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, this character is not like what I thought they were going to be like. And this character, who's the asshole, now has to deal with somebody that's like much more dangerous to them and much smarter than them. And also Rory Culkin's in this. Everything he's been doing lately I've been interested in. I recently saw Lords of Chaos with him, and he was phenomenal in that movie. But he's got a smaller part in this movie, but I still enjoyed him in it. He's just kind of stuck in the middle of the whole thing, you know, wrong place at wrong time. There's a point in this movie where these robbers, they end up in the basement. And that's where they get tricked. Anna pushes a button, and then all of a sudden, they can't get out of the basement. And then she's in charge of everything. And I actually like the robbers in this too. You know, you got a bunch of different personalities there. I think the one that's the most interesting to me is Perry, played by Martin Starr. And I remember Martin Starr from Freaks and Geeks, and he looks like, you know, he looks like the quintessential nerd, quintessential geek in that show. And then he kind of grew up, and, you know, he's one of those actors that could play both parts. He could still play a geek if he wanted to, but then he could play like, you know, I guess a scary type of dude if he wanted to. He's also in Silicon Valley, but he just has that sense of humor that I really like, that dry, sarcastic sense of humor. And he's just a dick in this movie. And boy, does he play that role very well. But Anna really takes advantage of that fact. So we have a good time watching these two characters go back and forth with each other. Really, the robbers in this, it reminded me of like Panic Room. You know, how you have these robbers, and they're not like the most intelligent people in the world. And you know that something bad's gonna happen to them because of their stupidity. Same thing here. And the character Anna was such an interesting character. First off, like I said, she was agoraphobic. But the way Beth Riesgraf played this character, I thought was really interesting. Because, you know, you could have played this character one way, you know, like very aggressive, but she definitely didn't have that air about her. There was really kind of a calmness to her, and especially in the beginning of the movie, you know, a vulnerability to her. But then when she turns it on, and she becomes a force, and you can't see her losing. You know, I like characters like that. You know, there's a good arc in this movie with her character. And I like those scenes where she like toys with the robbers. You know, she's got her little microphone system there and she's talking to them. And they pretty much have to do whatever she commands. Now, as far as like blood in your horror movie, this one doesn't hold back either. It's actually got some good violent scenes in it, especially involving the character Perry. And there's one scene involving Rory Culkin's character too, where Anna, she's pissed off at him because she realizes that he turned on her. And so she forces him to jump into the basement from the second floor. And it's pretty gruesome. Now, as far as any cons for this movie, I would say the ending didn't pan out the way I wanted it to. It's still okay, but I think given how effective this premise was and how good these characters were along the way, like I was really into this movie for so long. And then at the end, I was like, man, they didn't drive it home the way I wanted them to, you know? But I still had a damn good time, so much of a good time that I felt like I needed to tell you guys about this movie. So, Intruders, 2016, it's on Amazon Prime. Be sure to check it out. I'm gonna give it a purchase worthy for sure. And if you've seen it, let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day, and on Fridays, we do Free for All Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.